Hey guys, welcome back to another episode in this Factorio guide series. As always, I'm here with MadZuri.
Greetings.
And yeah, we've done a few things off screen. Zuri set this all up really nice. And we set up some local lubricant production here, so we're requesting in these barrels, and it's being refined and put here, and then with the petroleum and light, we're just making solid fuel. And we do have a power problem, and Zuri, he said he has an idea of what to do about that.
Yes. I'm gonna do what is considered the perfect ratio, because if you look at the total power outputs of the boilers and the steam engines, you can get a least common denominator of 17 and 13.
Okay. So, like
So
17 boilers?
yes, 17 boilers can perfectly feed 13 steam engines. But it's hard to do a symmetrical build with 1.3 offshore pumps to feed the 13 needed steam engines. So I usually just do 3 offshore pumps feeding 2 lines, and it'll be nice and symmetrical. There's also a way to make it very, very compact, but I'm not going to worry about that.
Okay. And now, I mean, just to clarify here, also for myself, wasn't what we're doing up here a perfect ratio as well, though?
Well, it rounds up a little bit. You need like 13.01 or so boilers for the 10 steam engines, but you always round up to 14. But you can improve that even more.
All right.
And
yeah.
Normally I don't tell new players to use this because it's a little more difficult to set up. But we've got some solid fuel to get rid of now that we have our independent little lubricant plant down south.
Yeah. So it'll be a good way to get rid of it. Do we not have any just normal stone anywhere? Thought we did.
I've got pretty much everything crafted.
Okay.
I need to pick up some more pipes though, of course.
Right. Oh, yeah. See, our power does fluctuate. Right now, it's okay, but barely. And I'm guessing that's probably because science stopped. Once all the science stuff turns on, we're going to have an issue again, so. And our pollution is spreading quite significantly here. It's almost touching this one little base up here to the north. Alright, now you're going to leave all this be, right?
Yeah, I'm not going to move it at all.
Okay.
Probably more room than I need, but it'll do.
Well, that's probably better anyway, leaving more room. Right, okay, so yeah, so 17, 17, and then 13 engines. Now, I have a few here if you need them.
Yes, thank you. Thank you very much.
Yep.
This is going to seem weird, but it's actually pretty effective.
Interesting, okay. So, like, I mean, I always had the impression that having a ton of requester chests, like, all for the same type of thing, was not good. Does it actually not matter?
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. The bots will equalize it out. And solid fuel's a high enough value item, fuel-wise, that it's worth the bots carrying around.
Okay.
So we're going to use solid fuel in all of our train stops too.
Right. And you can notice here again, Zuri put down burner inserters. Again, just a bit better than the normal ones. And actually, if you can, while you're setting that up, if you want to explain, a few episodes ago, somebody asked why exactly we use burner inserters over normal inserters. I tried to explain it, but I think you could do a better job.
Sure. So if there's a lack of power somewhere, let's say all your lasers are firing off, or you didn't build enough solar and accumulators, and you're just having power problems, the inserters will slow down because of that low power. And if the inserters slow down enough, that causes a positive feedback loop where you can't provide the boilers enough stuff. So they cool down, you produce less power, the inserters get less power, and it just spiraled doom.
Yeah. So yeah, very very good explanation. That is for anyone else who is wondering, and for the person who asked, that's why we don't use normal inserters here, because in a power crisis, you're kind of screwed at that point. Okay. So just going to clear out some trees here. So yeah, definitely going to need a lot of space for power, whether you do solar or this. As you can see, it takes quite a large amount of room.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure solar takes up a lot more room, and hopefully I got the count right. And a really easy way to count whether you got it or not is just to run it over with the blueprint.
Very good point, yeah. Yeah, because your blueprint will tell you how much things you selected. So just so people can see on my screen, you can see here, it says 13, so he got it right. Uh, 15, okay. I have, okay, do you have all the steam engines?
Yes, I do.
Alright. Looks like our research finished. Just kind of doing random stuff at this point. We'll get it all anyway. And there we go. So these guys are all requesting 50, and I guess we need to extend the network out here. Yeah, barely doesn't reach. I'm gonna go grab a few roboports.
I got it covered.
Oh, you got it? Alright. Now,
Here
sorry
come the
you mentioned
bots.
what?
I said, here come the bots.
Oh, yep. Whole army of them. Yeah, so Zuri had mentioned off screen here before this episode that, as we've mentioned previously, we don't like to use storage tanks for stuff, but this lubricant might be an exception because until these start really working, this pipe is going to get backed up and then it's going to stop all of other production, and we're going to need this solid fuel for what we just set up. So installing a tank here, I think, is certainly acceptable in this case. Because in that way, until these work, we'll just build up and we'll have a nice backlog or buffer of lubricant. And what are these? These are just missing circuits.
Oh, we got this thing on both sides. Oh, ha, oh well.
Oh, you turned it. Oh, the inserters. backwards on this one. Whoops. Yeah. A few of the inserters are a little backwards, but no worries.
Yeah, once you blueprint it, then you make a mistake once and blueprint it, and suddenly you've made the mistake like 4 or 5, a dozen times, you know?
Yeah, so definitely watch out when you're doing this. And we already have over 100 frames made, which is pretty awesome. Continue our research here. And now that's done. All the steam engines are hooked up. You can see we now have 71. Our power is good. We're only using about half of it. And you'd mentioned, Zuri, that you think we should probably set up a solar build here.
Yes, we should, but we don't have nearly enough copper to feed it. So that's the #1 problem right there.
Right. Yeah, we completely mined out that patch up there. This one is mostly mined out, and then all we have is this top one, which isn't doing too great. So we'll have to see, where do we want to get some more copper from. There's this huge patch right up north.
Yeah, let's hit that really huge patch. We'll have to clear out a biter nest, though. That's up in the lake area first. It'll
Yeah.
create enough pollution to make a problem.
Right. That should be easy enough. It's only one spawner though, so. And for this, we'll want to train because this is actually, now that I'm walking it, this is actually a fair distance. We don't want to be doing a belt.
So I'm going to put the other station about where I'm standing.
Okay.
And I actually have enough rail stuff on me to build the track right now.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Yeah, I've quite a bit of rail stuff as well, so. So, if anyone is like into using mods, this is a very good example. There's a great mod out there called Farl, which is fully automatic rail layer. Pretty much anyone who's played for a while uses it. It's super nice. You essentially, it adds like a locomotive type thing, and you drive it, and it will automatically place rail in front of you and like clear any trees that are in the way. So instead of like hand placing it this entire way, especially if you were doing it much further, if you're into using mods, that's definitely one to pick up.
Might as well set up a 2-rail system.
Yeah. Now, do you want to do a horizontal station here again?
Yes.
Okay.
And far enough away that we don't have collision problems.
Right. Yeah, now I don't know if we mentioned this. If we did, just really quickly again. One weird thing about like trains and cargo wagons is the spacing is a little off when you compare a vertical and a horizontal station. So like if we did this one vertical and set up our inserters and stuff, it's gonna line up a little bit differently than the horizontal one we set up here. So it's good to keep that in mind, to just kind of keep them similar. Why am I chopping? I have poison capsules.
I'm going to set up my T-Junction, I think, for the later usage.
Oh, that's a good idea, yeah. We can go over that because we haven't done one yet.
So we're going to use a two-lane system. I prefer to drive on the right, if that's okay with you.
Oh yeah, that works. I'm used to that.
Complicated.
Wow, I just dropped from the voice. So I missed what you said a minute ago.
Oh, I'm trying to figure out if we should go over signals.
Yeah, probably. We haven't really done that, and it confuses a lot of people.
All right, so I'm going to put a chain signal in front of every single crossover. And what chain signals do is they stop a train from entering a segment unless it can leave that segment.
Right.
So if I go up here, I wonder if I have any.
Looks like Zuri dropped from the chat, from voice here. We're having a few internet problems. Alright, are you back? Looks like we're having a few technical problems.
Oh, the beeping, huh?
Yeah, so I don't know if you were saying stuff, but I missed it about what you're doing here.
All right, so a regular signal, a train can't come to this signal or won't go past it unless it's clear to get to the next signal down the line.
Right.
So this, where I'm standing is a segment, and if there's a train in this segment, this signal here will stop a train from entering.
Right.
This behaves a little bit differently. You can't enter the segment here unless a train can exit this segment. That means it can reach the next signal down.
Right. Now,
and they chain together.
Yeah.
So it'll stop at this signal until it can get to the very, very end one.
Right. Now, like for an example here, so just hypothetically, if we had like an exit, like going out this way where I just put this, now this chain signal theoretically should let a train in here, right? If it can exit out this way, even if there's a train in this segment where I'm walking.
Yeah, assuming there's no signal on this line.
Right. Yeah, so like a chain signal, like if there's more than one exit and one of them is free, it'll let a train through, whereas a normal signal, if there was a train in here, it just wouldn't let the train through if we were using a normal signal right here, even though there was a free exit. Yeah, so he's putting chain signals at every major place here.
Yeah, every time it crosses over, you want a chain signal because, like I said, it doesn't let the train enter this segment until it can leave it.
Right.
So to stop a train from ever clogging this intersection, you put chain signals before it, and where it can clear where this signal is, you place regular signal. And the next signal down you want is going to be at least one train length away, so that, because if you place them too close, let's say you place it right here, that means a train can go past this signal up here and then come to this one and then stop if there's a train down the line. And we don't want that. So we want the next signal downward from this one to be at least one train length down.
Right.
So there is such a thing as too many signals.
Oh yeah, it can mess a lot of stuff up. And the T-Junction here itself is pretty self-explanatory, essentially just giving an exit and entrance both directions, so this can leave and go this way, or it can leave and go this way, and then this one can enter here.
And you'll notice that these signals will flash different colors. And what that means is not actually functioning. Even if the train lines don't connect, because this line here that heads south doesn't connect with this line that's heading north on the right lane. But if I remove this signal, it's considered one single collision area or segment.
Mm-hmm.
So this will start flashing.
Right.
So that's what that means. It's not actually functioning if you see it flashing. It means it's overlapping something.
Yeah. Right, so this is going to be, this is the completed T-Junction, because since we're driving on right, this one heading north, the train's going to be going north. It can enter here, and then as I lag, it can exit, or will exit, and then exit and enter. So we have all our bases covered.
Yep, that's all the signals we need for this intersection.
Yep. And then what I'm doing is I'm just going to extend this a bit, at least at a train length, so we aren't blocking this area. And then I'm going to merge it onto here, and you can see it fits perfectly. And then our main station will just be over here. Now hopefully, is this too close to the patch?
Probably, yeah, but we can pull the ore off to the side. Or something. I don't know. We did it again, didn't we?
We did it again. Oh, I mean, we could tear this up and just kind of curve the track down and then straighten it.
A little more room. You want to make sure the train pulls in far enough that it can back out. So we should probably put a train down here and size it up and everything and make sure we get everything correctly done.
Yeah, because again, we're going to do a two-headed train rather than doing one and doing a loop, because loops are bad.
Yeah, I was doing analysis of the computational intensity, and really big trains with multiple lane systems and lots of lane swappers and loops and stuff like that, and roundabouts, those actually are pretty bad for CPU usage once you get on a very megabase scale.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so then the way we're doing it here is bad. Alright. So, how many cargo wagons are you wanting to do? Like 2?
Yeah, I want standardized 1-to-1 trains for the entire network. That way the trains all go at the same speed, are relatively quick, and if we need more unloading, we can just add more stations and more trains.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm just making this, again, like Zuri said, make sure it's long enough for the train to pull all the way in and then be able to back out the correct direction. Again, train stop on the right-hand side, and we will set up our loading here, and I think with that, we are actually probably out of time for this one.
Okie dokie.
Yeah, so as always, guys, hope it was helpful. If you have questions about signals or trains or anything else, throw it down in the comments and one or both of us will answer. And next time, we will continue where we left off.